Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3, Chapter 27, Text 8. Yadra chayopalabdhena santushto mitabun munihi vivikta sharanaha shanto maitraha karuna atmavan. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. For his income, a devotee should be satisfied with what he earns without great difficulty. He should not eat more than what is necessary. He should live in a secluded place and always be thoughtful, peaceful, friendly, compassionate, and self-realized. So we can see Krishna, when God comes to give us, to reestablish the principles of religion, he does not manufacture anything new. He speaks whatever is already there in the Vedas. If we see Lord Kapila's instructions, they are what Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Krishna was telling Arjuna, I'm telling you whatever is already been said. Here Lord Kapila is also saying already whatever has been said. You know, when somebody says they want to manufacture something new, we have to be really careful. We don't need anything new. We just need to understand the truth. What is the truth? Everyone who has accepted a material body must maintain the necessities of the body by acting or earning some livelihood. A devotee should only work for such income as is absolutely necessary. He should be satisfied always with such income and should not endeavor to earn more and more simply to accumulate the unnecessary. A person in the conditioned state who has no money is always found working very hard to earn some with the object of lording it over material nature. So why do we like to get a lot of money? Because with that money, we can enjoy our senses more. But the idea is, Krishna says you earn. Yes, you earn, but you earn how much is necessary for you to maintain yourself. Now, each person's level of maintenance is going to be different because we are all individuals. Krishna says in the Sri Isopanisad that you take whatever is your quota. Whatever is a person's quota, they should take that. An ant quota is different than an elephant's quota. So that is the idea. That is the idea. That we should not have that intense desire that I want to enjoy so much with my senses. But we have it. That's why we are here in the material world. And as Sneha rightly, shared her realization that the more we hear and chant, then gradually, this deep desire in our hearts goes away. Kapila Dev instructs that we should not endeavor hard for things which may come automatically without extraneous labor. The exact word used in this connection, Yadrachaya, means that every living entity has a predestined happiness and distress in his present body. This is called the law of karma. It is not possible that simply by endeavors to accumulate more money, a person will be able to do so. Otherwise, almost everyone would be on the same level of wealth. So the idea is that we try our best and then leave the result to Krishna. Try our best and then leave the result. And the extra time should be utilized to engage in Krishna consciousness, to cultivate our Krishna consciousness, to cultivate spiritual knowledge. And the law of karma is there. It's not that if we have more money, we will be happy. Or if we have less money, we will be unhappy. No, how much happiness and distress we have to suffer or enjoy is already been predestined according to our karma. According to the Bhagavatam conclusion, we are sometimes faced with dangerous or miserable conditions without endeavoring for them. And similarly, we may have prosperous conditions without endeavoring for them. We are advised to let these things come as predestined. we should engage our valuable time in prosecuting Krishna consciousness. So I don't know if you all have experienced that we didn't ask for something really dangerous position, but we are really put into it sometimes, you know. We didn't work for it, but it just came. And also similarly, some happy moments or some really great gains we got without really working much for it. So the idea is we should not become fatalistic also, you know, oh, it's okay. That's not the idea. Not be fatalistic. The idea is sincerely we do whatever we need to do. At the same time, increase our spiritual knowledge. Yeah. So, and we should not get too disturbed by the result. Krishna says to Arjuna, you do your work, but you leave the results to me. So the results are in Krishna's hands. We can just endeavor. That's it. And we should engage our valuable time in prosecuting Krishna consciousness. In other words, one should be satisfied by his natural condition. So we each have a nature. Each of us have a psychophysical nature, you know, based on that, we are attracted to do certain activities. So we work according to our nature. We do not need to artificially imitate another person. We do that. We see, oh, this person is so great, enjoying so much. Let me become like them, without understanding that that person and me are totally different, you know. Let me just be who I am and continue with my hearing and chanting. If by predestination one is put into a certain condition of life, which is not very prosperous in comparison to another's position, one should not be disturbed. He should simply try to utilize his valuable time to advance in Krishna consciousness. So, you know, we are potentially envious of each other. We, in this material world, each living entity is potentially envious of another. And we say, oh, why this person has so much more? I want it. And then we unnaturally put ourselves into so much anxiety, which is not needed. Rather, we should understand the results are not for me. The results, Krishna is giving me the results, whatever is supposed to be for me. I just endeavor with sincerity based on my nature, and all the extra time that I have, let me engage in devotional service. Valuable time, because time is really valuable. We don't understand how valuable time is. Chanakya Pandit used to say that not even a moment we can buy with millions of gold coins, you know. And Chandra Didi keeps saying this point. She'll keep repeating, time is very valuable. I can not, how many ever guineas cannot buy time. So time is valuable and we should utilize it to advance in Krishna consciousness instead of looking out to others. Oh, this one seems to be enjoying more, so let me imitate them. Advancement in Krishna consciousness does not depend on any materially prosperous or distressed condition. It is free from the conditions imposed by material life. A very poor man can execute Krishna consciousness as effectively as a very rich man. One should therefore be very satisfied with this position as offered by the Lord. So nothing material can stop our Krishna consciousness. Nothing material can stop one's Krishna consciousness. Richness or poorness or any other material condition is irrespective. So we should really, with dedication, with determination, we just heard Bhakti Yogena Tivrena, with great determination, continue in devotional service, in Krishna consciousness. And that satisfied with his position, sometimes we think, no, I need more. This is not a good position for me. Why do I need to suffer? And then the mind makes us, you know, the mind becomes very turbulent. Again, we have to bring it to the point that Krishna is my best friend. Krishna is my best friend. He knows better than me what is good for me. Another word here is mitra bhuk. This means that one should eat only as much as necessary to maintain the body and soul together. One should not be gluttonous to satisfy the tongue. Grains, fruits, milk, and similar foods are allotted for human consumption. One should not be excessively eager to satisfy the tongue and eat what is not meant for humanity. A devotee should eat only prasad or food which is offered to the personality of Godhead. His position is to accept the remnants of those foodstuffs. Innocent foods like grains, vegetables, fruits, flowers, and milk preparations are offered to the Lord, and therefore there is no scope for offering foods which are in the modes of passion and ignorance. So Krishna says, don't eat too much, don't eat too little. He tells to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. The same is being repeated here by Lord Kapila. Well, Lord Kapila spoke it earlier. If we see the time, well, anyway, it's eternal. Bhagavad Gita has been spoken also eternally. So anyway, it's the same teachings. And the idea is that we eat enough, not too much, not too little. Sufficient, Prabhupada would say, be happy, eat sufficiently, maintain your health nicely, chant Hare Krishna, live peacefully and happily. So, and offer food first to Krishna, and then accept it. So then that food becomes spiritual food. And naturally it's in the mode of goodness, because Krishna does not eat foods in the mode of passion or ignorance. Foods in the mode of goodness, grains, vegetables, fruits, flowers, milk preparations. We don't eat flowers. And maybe yeah, we do eat some flowers. Swanjaro and all that. Yeah. And a devotee should not be greedy. It is also recommended that the devotee should be muni or thoughtful. He should always think of Krishna and how to render better service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That should be his only anxiety. As a materialist is always thoughtful about improving his material condition, a devotee's thoughts should always be engaged in improving his condition in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, he should be a muni. So we are anxious. Our mind is always saying, let me do this, it's going to be better. Let me do that, that's going to be better. I will be happy if I do this, I'll be happy if I do that. No, we have to just change it. The anxiety should be, how can I serve Krishna better? How can I serve God better? Better service to the personality of God. How can I better become a better servant of God? That should be our anxiety, because that is our original position. It's our original position. Now we may say, but I don't have that as yet. What do I do? It doesn't matter. We continue to hear and chant. It will come. All this will come. But we need to, we endeavor to hear and chant, hear and chant. The next item recommended is that a devotee should live in a secluded place. Generally, a common man is interested in pounds, shillings, and pence, or materialistic advancement in life, which is unnecessary for a devotee. A devotee should select a place of residence where everyone is interested in devotional service. Generally, therefore, a devotee goes to a sacred place of pilgrimage where devotees live. It is recommended that he live in a place where there is no large number of ordinary men. It is very important to live in a secluded place, vivikta sharana. So what do we do then? What do people like us who are unable to go live in the dham do? The desire should be, yes, let me live in the dham. We should always have that desire, but also understand that, okay, I'm not able to live in the dham. Let me try to make my house, as Krishna conscious as possible. Let me try to make my schedule as Krishna conscious as is possible at home. And let me try to connect everyone else to Krishna. let me, how much ever I can do, because in the it's only in the city that where we can have more opportunity to serve Lord Chaitanya. That was Srila Prabhupada's mood. That's why he went alone to America, to New York. He was living in Vrindavan. He was already living in Vrindavan. He was retired, but he had that he has to go to preach to the English-speaking world. So we should take advantage of where we are and try to give Krishna to as many people as we can. And we can be very creative in doing that, you know. Everyone can have their own way of how to connect others to Krishna. And so this important to live in a secluded place is, it can be like internally, you know, internally, that one try to associate with Krishna you know, internally, always be thinking of the devotees, thinking of the Dham, thinking of Krishna. So automatically, even though living in a big city, living in a Dham then. The next item is Shanta, or peacefulness. The devotee should not be agitated. He should be satisfied with his natural income, eat only as much as he needs to keep his health, live in a secluded place, and always remain peaceful. Peace of mind is necessary for prosecuting Krishna consciousness. Peace of mind. So Srila Prabhupada would say the peace formula in Bhagavad Gita. Does anyone know what is the peace formula in Bhagavad Gita?
I think we did.
5.
Yeah, we did in the end, the last shlok of chapter 5.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Yes, that's right. Chapter 5, text 29. That is the peace formula, how to get peace of mind. And what is it?
I'm not sure. Is it that engage in, like, give everybody, what was that? Bhoktaram something?
Yes, that's right.
Bhoktaram
yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Then? Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim rachati. I am that Krishna is the beneficiary of all sacrifices, all austerities. He's the Lord of all planets, all demigods, all living entities, and that he is the best friend of everyone. Understanding this, we can become peaceful. And when we are peaceful, then we can engage happily in Krishna consciousness. So understanding that all the austerities, penances is for the satisfaction of Krishna. Understanding that he is the Lord of Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He's the Lord of all the planets, everyone, of all the demigods, and that he is the best friend. There is no better friend than Krishna. Each of us has a best friend, and that best friend is Krishna. We think I am somebody's best friend. No, Krishna is everyone's best friend. It's Krishna. And so if we can tell others that, you know, Krishna is your best friend, that's all that we have to do. That's all. The next item is Maitreya Friendliness. A devotee should be very friendly to everyone, but his intimate friendship should be with devotees only. With others, he should be official. He may say, yes, what you say is all right, but he's not intimate with them. So this is how to practically live. Practically, a devotee should, however, have compassion for persons who are innocent, who are neither atheistic nor very much advanced in spiritual realization. So friendly. It's not that we say, oh, you are not a devotee, I'm not going to talk to you. No, no, we need to be friendly to everyone. Everyone is a part and parcel of God. Paramatma is there in everyone's heart. But it should be to what do we say? We shouldn't get affected by it. Friendly, yes, try to connect everyone to Krishna, but the intimate dealings should be with the devotees, the intimate dealings. And then compassion. Devotee is compassionate. He's compassionate. He understands that everyone is suffering. Why? Just because of forgetfulness of our relationship with God. Because we have forgotten God, because we have forgotten Krishna, we are suffering. So the devotees are compassionate. They try to give Krishna consciousness. Compassion for the innocent who are neither atheistic nor very much advanced in spiritual realization. A devotee should be compassionate towards them and instruct them as far as possible in making Krishna consciousness. So what happens is a madhyam, this is a madhyam adhikari, a madhyam devotee, he's a preacher. So when someone is too atheistic, he does not argue with them. The point is not in arguing with anyone. Rather, he tries to see, oh, someone is interested or someone is innocent, doesn't even know anything about God, but looks to be, because he doesn't even know that God exists or who is God. Let me try to talk to him about it. Like that. And then gradually, he'll tell him more and more about God. So the idea is not to argue with anyone, get into discussions or disputes with anyone. No, because a devotee is humble. He's very humble. A devotee should always remain Atmavan or situated in his spiritual position. Now that's what a devotee does, always situated in a spiritual position. So you should not forget that his main concern is to make advancement in spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. And he should not ignorantly identify himself with the body or mind. So we are always thinking, I'm the body, I need to do this, I need to do that, I have to do. But the idea is, again and again, bring it back to Krishna. Bring the mind back to Krishna. Somehow or the other, remind ourselves of Krishna. Remind that I'm a part and parcel of Krishna. Atma means the body or the mind, but here the word Atmavan especially means that one should be self-possessed. He should always remain in the pure consciousness that he's pure spirit soul and not the material body or the mind. That will make him progress confidently in Krishna consciousness. So we can keep reminding ourselves that I'm not this body, I'm a pure spirit soul. My original consciousness is Krishna consciousness. Let me not degrade myself with my mind. Let me not degrade myself with my mind. And it's difficult. We get so carried away in the situations, we get so carried away, but we can practice. We can practice. Did anyone want to add anything or share anything? So these are like some instructions for us to be
So there
able
are some
to
points for the devotees, right? Like how a devotee should behave, like what should be, how he should do things, how he should not eat. So there are 5-6 points, right?
Yeah, these are the instructions for a devotee. Yeah.
Instructions for the devotee. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then if we try to follow these, then it said that will make him progress confidently in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, we always hear, right? They say like talk less, eat less, sleep less. So that's how like you can, right, progress.
Yeah, well, the idea is balance. Something what might be less for you might be easy for you, but for someone else, it might be very difficult. you know. So the idea is to find our own balance. What is how much sleep is necessary for me? For someone, 5 hours would be very great, but for someone, they might need 8. So, and so because if someone is like artificially, we try to do less, then our mind will be too disturbed and we won't be able to maintain our Krishna consciousness during the day. You know, like for example, even fasting on Ekadashi, some people are able to fast even without water. Some are able to fast with water, some maybe with one meal. And someone need to eat throughout the day of Ekadashi Prasad, just to be able to, so that's why Krishna says, find a balance. He says that in Bhagavad Gita. That's what we need to do. That is what is difficult, at least for me, I can say, to find a balance, you know. What is the right balance? And then, so that the mind is peaceful, and then continue.
So then how
in
to
Krishna
find that right
consciousness.
balance?
So then we have to understand ourselves, understand, okay, let me not try to compete with another person. Oh, she's sleeping only 5 hours a day. Let me also do only 5 hours a day. Or she's sleeping 8 hours a day, so I should also sleep 8 hours a day. Let me see, according to me, how much do I need? What do I need to be functional throughout the day? You know, what are my duties in the day that I need to do? And how much do I need to maintain so that I don't get too agitated? You know, sometimes when we don't eat much, we might get angry. And when we eat too much, we might, get too lazy.
Yeah.
So, so instead of looking at others, we need to look what makes me feel, okay, I'm quite energetic with this kind of a thing, you know. I think this is good for me. That's what we need to do. Because we tend to look outside. Yeah. We always trying to look outside, but just try to understand our own body. How much exercise we need, how much food we need, whatever, because our duties are different, our psychophysical natures are different, you know. So work with the body, not against the body. Work with the body to engage in Krishna consciousness.
Okay.
Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, because I think, why do I stress it? Because I have a tendency, I used to get very carried away, you know, try to do things which are quite impossible for me to do.
But then is it that getting motivation from others is not wrong, right? Like we get motivated.
Is good.
Motivation is
very
good, right? Yeah.
Motivation, very good. Imitation, not good.
Okay.
That's what we need to understand, you know?
There's a difference, right? Yeah.
Yes, motivate, very good, excellent. But imitation, no good. Why I'm saying I'm an imitator. I try to imitate and then tuck, fall down. So, so just sharing my experience. So y'all don't need to go through that. Yeah.
So then we should know the difference between the motivation and the imitation, right?
Exactly. Exactly. We need to become self-aware. We need to become aware of ourselves, and then we will be able to be aware of Krishna. We can become Krishna conscious. You know,
very important.
Because otherwise there's a lot of time we are just fighting with ourselves, and you know, all that unnecessary dialogue with ourselves is not needed. It's not here, as we just said in the natural. What's that? We just said that it should be in our natural position. You know, satisfied by his natural condition. This is important. okay, whatever it is, this is my condition. This is what it is. Let me use it positively to increase my hearing, chanting, worshipping, remembering, whatever it is.
I do something like say chanting or anything, like if I increase my jap, then I just say, I tell myself, no, but this is to please Krishna. That is where the thing comes, nothing else, like, not that it's not my body. I want to please Krishna. This is for you, Krishna. I'm doing it for you.
Wonderful, wonderful, excellent. That's what it needs to be. It is. We are
Like
chanting for Krishna's
Ekadashi
pleasure.
coming. Yeah, like Nirjala Ekadashi is coming. There was a time I said, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I told myself, no, but I want to do it for Krishna. Krishna, this is for you. It's just to please you. It's an offering for you. So
wonderful. Yes. Wonderful. That should be for everything. Wonderful. Yes. Ekadashi is for pleasing Krishna, chanting for pleasing Krishna, hearing Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavatam for pleasure of Krishna. Yes. That is what is important. Yeah. Wonderful. That's the main point. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we'll end here today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare